Hello everybody. My name is Jessica M. Harris here, and we are back with another video. Oh my goodness. So, I hope each and every one of you are having an amazing Friday thus far. It is Friday. Yes. Oh my goodness, let's go. But not only that, it's also October. And in my head, I'm like, I keep saying I'm going to post this video, and the video is still in my phone somewhere. So I wanted to officially say, welcome to your new month. Welcome to quarter 4. I'm excited. I hope you are excited. I just finished making my latest podcast episode, which is called Faith in the Fourth Quarter. So go ahead and tune into that episode. Oh, we look great. There we go. But yes, tune into that episode there on the podcast, Ignite Your Glow, as we're diving into just having faith in this next quarter. But there were a few things that was highlighted to me when I was recording. So I just want to give you a quick highlight recap of what today's episode is all about. So let's dive in. First off, welcome to everybody who's new, who has been subscribing. I'm your transformation coach, Jessica M. Harris here, giving you encouragement all about your faith walk journey, your love life, and truly just everything in between that entails your faith journey as a whole. Also, if you are interested in having an empowerment call, complimentary sessions are available. Just click the link in the description box and let's get connected. Join the email list as well so you can be updated on all the amazing things that are taking place. So let's dive in. All right, so we went ahead and made this podcast earlier. And the point of this podcast was really looking at the concept that we're in the month of October. We know it's the fourth quarter, and it's time to really dive in and to dig deep. And the reason why this was highlighted so much was, one, because for me, I feel like it's personal. I feel like it's real personal to me about digging in deep this next quarter, especially with the new year on its heels as well. We know that Rosh Hashanah took place last month, so we know that we're already in the new Hebrew calendar, but then we also have the new calendar for 2024 on its heels as well. And that being said, there's so much to do. There's so much taking place, and God is just moving greatly. And I really wanted to just highlight the fact that, listen, if you're someone who's been discouraged this year, maybe you had a lot of movement taking place in your life. Maybe you was going from one place or to the next place or to the next place. Listen, I'm there. I'm there with you. I 100% understand. Or maybe you had to leave some people behind that you love, right? Maybe you had to move out of your house. Maybe you're leaving your family's house for the first time ever, right? Maybe you're like me and you had to leave the kids behind because God has you on a journey of rediscovering yourself and so much more. However it is, I fully understand those components. And maybe there's some things that are going on in your life that I haven't experienced. That's okay, because God still sees you and God is with you and he's guiding you along the process in the midst of everything. But that being so, I wanted to continue to just encourage y'all, because I'm encouraging myself at the same time, to keep trusting in God, especially in this season, especially in this hour. Faith has been the biggest word I think highlighted since last year. And faith probably is always highlighted in honesty, but I know that it came up really big last year, hold on to your faith, hold on to your faith, hold on to your faith. And that same notion is coming back now, right? Hold on to your faith, hold on to your faith, hold on to your faith. So a few things that I wanted to really just bring around in today's conversation was what was coming to me earlier, was continue to trust in God, because he's the God who has already been with you. And he's a known God, right? Even in your unknown situation. And like I said, these are things that I have to remind myself about constantly. Maybe I don't know what this is about to look like, but he's still a known God. I had to remember the concept of stop worrying so much about how this was going to happen and how that was going to happen and how X, Y, and Z. And really just focus on, okay, knowing the how part isn't actually my business per se, right? That's God. God is focused on the how. That's what he's doing, right? He already has it established. So I don't have to worry about the how part because it's already done according to the fact that the promise has already been made true. Now it's really about me making sure that I am in position, that I am stewarding what it is that he has given me, that I am doing what I need to be doing to prepare for the blessings and for the things that he's having me walk into next. So I want to encourage you, don't focus so much on how this is going to happen or how this is about to go. Listen, Don't worry about that part. Focus on what God has asked you to do instead. Focus on where it is that he is leading you to instead. Because as you begin to focus in those areas, you'll start to see how things start to connect. You'll start to see how things start to open up right before your very eyes. And that has a lot to do with faith. What was coming to me was remembering the fact that Hebrews 11:1 tells us, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, but the evidence of things not seen. God is looking for us to remain faithful and to be faithful in all things right now. So think about it, right? If we're so focused on, well, God, how is this about to happen? How is this supposed to look? And how where does that leave room for faith to appear? Right? If we're so focused on having our eyes set on seeing every step of the process, how are we actually being faithful and trusting that God is just going to do it? We need to be able to trust in God. So questions that I have wrote out to myself, as well as just, on the blog post and on my podcast, were this: do I trust God to lead me the way that he already has been? Do I trust God to really bring forth the plans that he has placed inside of me? Do I trust that the plans that he has for me are for good and not for evil, according to Jeremiah 29:11? And the last question I had to ask was, do I believe in God to accomplish the very things that he said he would do? So I want to encourage you to take some time today or take some time this weekend and just journal out these questions and really just be honest with yourself and honest with God about it. And if there are some areas where maybe there's some doubt or maybe there's some, some teeter-totter, then really just take some time to ask God to pinpoint and to identify why is that happening, right? If there's some areas where you're concerned about X, Y, and Z, okay, well, God, can you pinpoint what this is, right? And may you heal that wound for me. May you pinpoint what that is. And may you heal that area for me. May you guard that area for me, right? May you seal up the defense walls, God. Like, may you guard my heart in the process, however God needs to do it. And it's going to be different for everybody, right? Maybe you're someone who's nervous about a new relationship that you're about to open into. Maybe you're someone who's getting reconnected with people that you haven't spoken to, or maybe you're being introduced to doors that you're like, I don't even know how I even got into this room, but God, I need you to guide me while I'm here, right? Whatever that looks like for you, this is that time to ask God to boost up your faith, to boost up your confidence, and to walk out boldly in that very space and atmosphere. And like I said, all of this that I'm telling you here, I have had to tell myself directly as well. Why? Because I am still human. I am still a person. Right? I have to take my same woes to God the same way that y'all take y'all woes to God. The same way that I have asked plenty of hows and whys and whatever the case is about my own situation and things that are taking place in my personal life. I go to God and I'm like, God, so what we doing? Right? Why? Because that's me. I'm a human. But at the same time, I already know what the words are going to be. But do you trust me? I already know. That's why for me, it's like the laughter, like, I already know God's about to be like, so do you trust me? And then I have to be like, all right, God. Who you done came through on some situations that was looking like, yo, who did it and why? But you came through. So why would I not trust in the God that pulled me through then to not be able to do the same now? He's a known God, even in your unknown situation or unknown predicament. Like, y'all have heard the stories on the different videos that I've talked about, right? When it came to moving down to Texas, a place that I've never been to before. Like, y'all, I was moving from place to place, city to city, town to town. There was a time where I didn't even have I had a phone, but I had no service. Like, I literally was traveling in a state that I've never been to before on Wi-Fi signals from like McDonald's and Walmart and it was McDonald's, Walmart, and Starbucks Wi-Fi signals. Like, y'all, oh God, you want to talk about being on faith, not being able to call nobody if you really need help? Like, y'all, hoping and believing by faith that your internet connection is gonna hold while you're on the highway for the GPS to get you from one place to another. Y'all, there was times I was driving like 45 minutes praying that the GPS signal that I caught at the store was gonna hold until I got to my destination. 45 minutes on the highway, praying that nothing would disrupt the service, praying that nothing would cause my phone to all of a sudden doop doop. Like, y'all, you don't understand. I was like, God, I need this to work, please. But that's what happened. And I could laugh now because I saw how God kept me. I could laugh now because I know that he was with me. I could laugh now because I had to learn to trust. I had to learn to trust. I had to learn to trust. So in these moments right now, while we're in the fourth quarter, listen, I don't know. Football always comes to me, like, God be giving me sports analogies, and football be like the main one. Like, I'm going to need y'all to put on your gear. I'm going to need y'all to put your helmets on. I'm going to need you to put the black paint right there. Like, it's go time, right? Like, it's go time. It's go time. It's go time. Yes, get ready. Let's go. Because this is what I wrote, I think, in like my general notes to myself, was like, when an athlete goes on the field, they're not going on the field thinking like, man, I don't know if I'm even going to be able to win or even be able to do what I need to do today. They're not going on the field with that mindset. Absolutely not. When they get on that field, they are going in ready. Like, yo, we about to win this. We about to do this. We about to be the best team out here. We about to get all the points. We about to make all the touchdowns. We about to make all the field goals out here. Yes, man, you about to make like 5 touchdowns today. Yes, sir, you're about to make like X amount of touchdowns today. Yes, whomever, you're about to go ahead and do these field goals. Yes, you're about to be the best blocker there is out there. Why? Because I know that you're the best blocker. You're about to block all of them. Yes, I already know. I know that you're going to take down this person at the 45-yard line and da-da-da-da-da and X, Y, and Z. And y'all, I don't know enough about football, so if any of those pieces are inaccurate, I apologize. But I hope you catch my drift. That the mindset of an athlete when they get on the field is that I'm ready. That it's goal time. That it's time to put in all efforts no matter what. And even if the scoreboard says something different than what they want it to look like, they still leave it all on the field. They leave it all on the field. They go in 10 times harder. They dig in deep. They have that timeout session right quick where their coaches are motivating them, where their team members are motivating them. And they're like, yo, don't even worry about that last pass, homie, because I'm saying you got this. Listen, this is that time now. This is that time now to go into them deep wells of faith that you have all had on reserve. These are them times to go back into the memory bank of the times of which God has kept you and led you and been with you. These are the times to go into those reserves and gather up all of the muscles from faith and begin to exercise them like never before so you can go off into the victory that God is calling you to and more. This is that time. Period. And to trust in the fact that God has already said what he has spoken for you is for you, and what he has said will take place shall come to pass by what? Faith. By faith. By faith. By faith, it shall be yours. By faith. All right. So, y'all know I'm silly sometimes. Y'all know I'm silly. Anyways, it is by faith. I will do a separate video for the next part I want to talk about. But yes, by faith. So, stay motivated, stay encouraged, and know that God has you in all of it, y'all. In everything. And just like I mentioned earlier, maybe you're someone who simply just needs to talk. Maybe you need a vent. Maybe you have ideas, but maybe you're trying to gain clarity as to how to go about them. Whatever the case may be. Listen, use the links in the description box below. Set up a 20-minute empowerment call. Get on my calendar. Let's have that conversation. Let's have those talks, and let's see what we can do to strategize something that makes sense of an action plan, because they're customized just for you, to be able to get you from where you are right now to where you want to be. And there's people who literally set up calls simply because they want to vent. Simply because maybe they're going through something similar that I have been through, and maybe they just want to gain some insight. Maybe they just want to gain, like, okay, listen, I know that you talked about X, Y, and Z on your videos, and I'm kind of going through something like this. Like, what was you doing then that really, like, helped you? Listen, use the calls for that if you need to. If you want to use the calls because maybe there's a story inside of you, and you're like, listen, I just need to, like, talk to someone about, whatever just happened right now, and I really just want to gain, like, insight. Like, okay, like, how can God, like, why is maybe this happening? Or whatever the case is, like, y'all, there is so much. There is so much that these calls are used for. There is so much attached to this. There is so much that God is going to do with you and in you and through you. Like, your story, your journey, it matters. What you're going through, what you're facing,